Reality and Chill with Kenny and Nish. We've got Southern Charm today. How are you, Nishi?
I am good. I'm so excited to recap Southern Charm, season 11, episode 9. I mean, we're 9 episodes in, and you know what? We got a snippet of that mid-season trailer, and my jaw was on the floor. I didn't realize how much is left.
It's so good. Remember how we were sort of talking about Austen maybe making out with Sally? And I was like, oh, I'm so glad to see this happening. And obviously he's still with Audrey at the time. But yeah, the trailer, I mean, I could do a whole episode just on the trailer. The trailer looks so good. So
Right?
good.
Okay. Bobby was trying to talk to me while this 30 seconds of the mid-season trailer. He's like, I just need you. And I'm like, on my mouth. I go, no, wait, this is me. I'm
It's like,
like,
shush,
yeah,
Bobby.
okay.
Shush.
He's like, just one. And I'm like, no. Like, I was just so over the top. But I'm like, this is wild.
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
wild. Yeah, it's
so
so
much.
good.
I can't believe
Yeah.
how much is still left to go. But anyway, this is
I
why we
know,
love
I'm really
Southern Charm.
pleased about that as well because it is such a show that's just giving so much. Like from the cracker, when I was sort of saying, oh, it's great because Craig is single. So we're going to see the dimension of this friendship group. It will make it really fun. And it's exceeded my expectations of just how ridiculous these boys are. It's so fun, like that we get to watch the same nonsense over and over again. It's the best. I love it so much. And
Yeah.
like I say, whereas if it's a group of women arguing like this, it might stress me out. I just find it hilarious. I'm laughing out loud, crying most of the time, just enjoying it so much.
Oh, I know. It's the best. Where do we start,
It's the
Kenny? Let's
best.
start.
Do we want to start with a highlight? I know it was at the end of the episode, but just with Whitney, Austen, Craig, and Shep out for dinner for Austen's birthday.
Let's get into
I
it.
kind of want to start there because that's what it was building up to, and it's just so funny watching these boys bicker. Yeah, what's your thoughts first?
Oh, look, I just like starting off, I love the restaurant that they went to. Super glam, super fancy. I'm like, I want to go there.
That it's so funny you say that. I literally wrote that down. So I was
Did you?
like, Charleston. Yeah, I literally put the brass fittings. This is what I wrote down. The Charleston brass fittings velvet. I need to go there. Like literally. And I've like put a little box around it. Snap.
That is so funny that you say that.
I know.
Yeah. It looks sick. And I like the classic
Yeah.
cocktails and all of that sort of stuff. And they were just going to town. They were drinking like everything left, right, and center. So I knew
Yeah.
it was going to get messy because you see them ordering cocktails, red wine,
Right?
champagne. They're
'Cause
going
you
hard.
had those cocktails with the warning like sticky on them. And yeah, like I don't know if that was for the dry ice or whatever, but still it was
Yeah.
pretty impressive. So they start with that, then they move to champagne and you can just see, okay, this is gonna go. But apparently it was 45 minutes. Did you watch the after show
I did. Well,
for
did they say
Southern
it was
Charm?
45 minutes?
They
Yeah.
said it was 45 minutes into the dinner when they started arguing. It felt like longer as a viewer when we're watching it. It felt like, okay, well, they've sat at the bar, they've had a cocktail, they've done
Yeah.
this. It felt like a couple of hours in, but apparently it was 45 minutes. So they'd
Oh, I
drunk
must
all
have.
that alcohol, had all that food come through, and then they'd started arguing within 45 minutes. So
I didn't realize it did feel like a lot longer. I didn't pick
it
that
felt
up.
like a lot longer, yeah, which
Yeah.
makes it even funnier for me, that fact that they fucking lasted 45 minutes. I love that.
I know.
So gold.
I also liked that was the OGs, like the 4 OGs. It was kind of nice having the OGs.
Yeah, yeah. I've
At least.
enjoyed Rodrigo's, like, having an opinion, like, as a
Mhm.
gay guy, having opinion on how these straight boys are behaving has been really fun as well. But, yeah, I think in this case, having the originals and I think for Whitney and mainly Shep. Whitney, I think, he's a little bit more removed from human emotions.
Yes.
I think Shep does want resolution and, these are long-term friendships. Like, why can't we all get along type of thing? And, let bygones be bygones.
Right.
If you haven't murdered, like you said in the after show, if you haven't murdered a family member, I don't understand why we can't, just
Move on.
be friends.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
because
right.
you look at Shep, you brought it up in the other episode, like Shep has forgiven Austen for hooking up with Taylor. Like,
Yeah.
if he can get past that as quickly as he did, I'm sure he's probably like, guys, get it together.
Yeah, he really is just wants to have a pleasant time, doesn't he? He
He just wants a good
he enjoys
time.
a low stress, pleasant time. Exactly. I'm kind of as I'm getting older, I've got more of a Shep sensibility to tell the truth. I'm like, whatever. Can we just
Yeah.
relax?
Like, let's not have the drama. We don't need
Yeah.
drama. Like, accepting people for who they are. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If you're gonna be friends with them, just accept them with their flaws and move on. If you can't do that, then just go your separate ways. Like, and which is, I guess, where they're at now.
That's what peace looks like. Peace looks like accepting people for who they are, not trying to change them, not trying to
Right.
control them, not being angry or taking things personally. Like that's what peace looks like. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and we're not gonna see that.
No, we're not
I
gonna see
think
that with them, but yeah.
we're not gonna so Whitney said a great I thought it was like I sort of wrote it down as a quote for the episode, which is, "This is a circle jerk of acrimony."
Yeah,
And it's so true that and the way he described it is because Craig can be a bit of a bully, and I don't see Craig as a bully, but I do see him as being righteous, and
yeah,
that is a definitely a flaw of his where he can be righteous. We know that he's got his certain moral fiber, and he'll come down with a pretty firm line on people.
yeah.
And then the way Whitney explained it is then you've got Austen who will hold a grudge. So you've got these two differing, their own kind of personal flaws. And because of that, it's just going to be this roundabout of just constant arguing and bickering, which is tragic because they used to be best friends. Like it's completely tragic.
It's so tragic, and neither of them can really let it go for a long period of time. Like, they will apologize, but then they just can't
It's,
move on again. Like, if something
it's
else comes up, they hold it. Even with Craig, he kind of will throw things out there. He
yeah.
won't say anything for a while, but he'll remember something and then just
Oh,
throw it
yeah.
out there as a grenade when it's like, when he feels like it. And that's not
You could
necessarily the
see
right
it.
thing
He
to do.
definitely did it in this argument. Like, I think we should also talk because we got a couple of comments, right, from the
Oh, we
pod
did.
on TikTok, and we should chat about it because we talked last week about me possibly being a Craig apologizer. I think in this episode, I could see some more flaws. And I think looking at some of the comments we had, I'm not a Craig apologizer. There's people out there that do not see any wrong that Craig is doing. In the case of the comments we received, it was in regards to the fact that Craig hadn't flirt, like from their perspective, hadn't flirt with Sally. I
Yeah.
think that's really sweet that they have that perspective, but I think they are 100% incorrect. Craig definitely was flirting with Sally
You're
for
doubling
sure.
you're
I'm
doubling
doubling down.
you're doubling down. Like, can I just read some of the comments? Like, then we got
Yes, do
four
it, do it.
strong comments.
I
One of
love
them was,
this.
"Sally needs to play it cool. Everyone likes a chase." So, in
Good
here,
comment.
yeah, good comment. 'Cause in this TikTok that we posted, you were basically like, what happened is that Craig was flirting with Sally. That's what happened, full stop, like, period. That's your sort of main comment. And
Flirting with Sally, and then Charlie came on the scene and he pivoted. That
right.
was the
That's
full
right.
comment.
That's
Like he
right.
was
That's right.
flirting, something better came along, he pivoted. And,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what happened. I'm standing
Yeah.
by it.
I
Yeah.
have a separate take on this, a slight different
Okay.
one. Someone else said he was not flirting with her. She texted him saying, "I should have stayed." She was all over him from the beginning. Someone else said Craig was not flirting with Sally. Believe me, many of us have been in those positions where somebody assumes something that is not, and she assumed that that it was something that it wasn't. Yeah, and another person is not a fan of Craig, but doesn't also think that Craig was ever flirting. So I think maybe I think that Craig didn't have the intention of flirting, but his behavior was flirty behavior. Like, if you're having somebody in a spa until 4 a.m., like, a girl that's, that is interested in you, in my eyes, that is putting out flirty behavior. He might not have wanted her. I don't know. I think his intention maybe was not to flirt, but I don't know if he was oblivious or whether
I
he just didn't care, but do you still think that he knew what he was doing?
No, no, I think in the before Charlie come on the scenes, there were definitely eyes for each other. He was definitely giving Sally eyes, and you can even remember one of his earlier comments saying, "Well, I think kind of," he was like, "Oh, Charlie's hot," and I think kind of Sally's hot too. When he was saying that, I was
Oh,
like, "Oh, who wants to be number 2?" And it was like Sally had moved into second position because Charlie had come on the scene.
right, yeah.
But he kind of owned it at the beginning that he thought Sally was hot and stuff, and he was definitely flirting. And do you know what? It's okay to flirt. You're allowed to flirt. There's
Yeah, I
nothing
mean,
wrong with
yeah,
flirting.
no.
I'm just, like I think he definitely was flirting with Sally, and I think that changed when Charlie came on the scene. And I also think that's okay for people to see it differently. And I think it's okay if you flirted or didn't flirt or whatever. Like Craig has done nothing wrong any way you flip that. That's
Right.
completely fine.
Yeah, that's right. And also, I mean, he's recently single, he's just enjoying his life, hanging out with the
Come on.
girls,
He's a
whatever.
good-looking guy, like, let him flirt. Let him go have fun. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
But there's no doubt that Sally definitely, like, sort of not she latched onto any hope, I think, right? Like, any sort of inkling of yeah, she
She created in her head a narrative that was not validated. There was flirting in the beginning. I think he chilled that down and just was having nice interactions. I don't think he was overly flirty with Sally, like past that point. I think part of him knew that Sally was into him, and I think he was still hanging out with her, but I don't think he was like, I don't think he was that shocked when she said that she had feelings for him. I think
no.
he was shocked that she went there, but I think he was aware that she had some feelings there.
Yeah, and he was very overly friendly. It's a blurry line, though. It's a
How's
blurry
the chickens, by the way? Like, you mentioned the chickens.
I told ya, see, she wants to get rid of the
Yeah,
chickens now. She's mad at the chicken she's taking it out on the chickens, now she doesn't want the chickens.
I know. No,
She
now because of the flies, because the chickens bring flies, she was saying. So,
mm.
um, yeah, poor chickens.
She was using the chickens as, like,
This is why you can go
dolly.
on Gumtree and find anything like secondhand, anything like that. Like when people think they want something and then they get rid of it quickly, that's where you go to Gumtree. You shouldn't buy like a chicken coop firsthand. Like,
Yeah, and just for the poor chickens, like, to do that to the little animals is not nice too.
oh, I'm sure somebody will want them. Yeah, for the eggs and stuff. See, I would have wanted like fully grown chicken so I could get
For the
the eggs
eggs.
straight away. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I think yeah, anyway, she maybe thought it was like a little cutesy thing. I swear she thought these were like little babies that she could watch grow with her and Craig.
Oh, it's kinda sweet.
It
I
is
do
sweet.
like Sally again, like, seeing her vulnerable with her sister's baby and things like that. I thought, like, she annoys me. There's lots about her personality that annoys me, but I do feel for her. You can sort of see her reflecting on her own behaviors, going, "What is wrong with me?" I you know, and at the same time, we know what's wrong with her is because 'cause she's got control issues. But it's kinda sweet to see that she's also a little bit self-degrading. Is that how do you say that again?
Dep
Self-deprecating, deprecating.
deprecating, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is, and that's the sad thing. But yeah, she just wants that even when she was talking about Madison in one of the previous episodes, she's like, she's got the guy and the baby. She's like, "I just want that." And she just wants that. And it's no harm. Like, but she's also a go-getter, right? If she wants something, whether it's her
Yeah.
career or anything like that, like she's not gonna mess around and sit down. And I think she's struggling to just let things happen. And you're right, it
It's
comes down to her being in control. Like she wants to
because she's not in her feminine energy, which would be to relax and let things come to her, right? But because she is a go-getter in her career, she's already got that sorted. I know she's working in the medical industry, with that
mm,
equipment. She's obviously been able to earn enough money to have a property in Charleston. Like, well done, you girlfriend. Like, that's
mm,
great. So she's progressed in so many areas. And yeah, maybe that control element or being in a masculine of just getting stuff done, being in a very competitive maybe industry, like where it's like high stakes in the medical space. So because of that, maybe she's not in her feminine energy enough, which, because she's driving so hard, that's like going to have the opposite
effect. Yeah.
outcome for her,
Mm.
and at the same time, like, it does mean that if she does attract a guy, it's gonna be a guy in his feminine energy, so, that might be the type of guy she ends up attracting, so
Which
it'll
is
be
my
really interesting to watch that space, yeah.
Yeah, which is maybe why she was really interested in Craig. Craig is
Mm.
got a lot of feminine energy.
Well, that's true, but she's also interested in Austen, she's also she's in that chasing, she's got more of a masculine thing of, like you say, she's just got the eyes and then dink, latch on, and then on to the next, latch on, onto the next. And because I'd sort of watched her in the other series, where it's the bar scene and stuff, and she was seeing a guy there. So I've seen her sort of move along the boys pretty quickly. And then she had the boyfriend last season as well.
Wait, which other
Look,
series?
no, the one where it's Lever's bar. So she was a
Oh, yeah, Southern
yeah,
Hospitality.
that's it. So she's a bit boy crazy there as well.
I forgot about that. I forgot about Southern
Yeah.
Hospitality.
So now this particular episode, I don't know, I've got a little bit more of a soft heart for her. Like I said, it
Yeah.
was hard for me to pin her. Like I couldn't still pin her, and I still can't really. But my latest theory is that she's just in a masculine energy and she needs to chill out.
Yeah.
And then maybe she's not as narcissistic as we think she might be.
Mm,
Like maybe, I don't know. We'll see. She's going to be really good to watch. So, like, she's
absolutely.
annoying, but she's not like to the point where it grosses me out. Like, it's just a bit annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I find Vanita more annoying.
Oh, exactly. Vanita is really annoying. So, in this episode, we really just saw her, thank God, where Madison heavily pregnant. She's getting her nails done. And then again, like, what is it about Vanita that is so annoying? One, she's a tryhard. I hate tryhards. But two, she's like really trying to like, why doesn't Sally, why is there a problem with me and Sally's friendship? And it's just like, come on, girlfriend. Like, I don't know. With Vanita, it's bad because I want to be a bit more open hearted with her, but I just can't. She's not a good fit for this cast. I don't want to
She's
watch her
not.
anymore. Please remove her, you know?
Yeah, like, every time she's in a conversation, she annoys me. I think she
Yeah.
definitely tries hard. Like, I love her for her outfits, and I think she's gorgeous visually, but as soon as she's, like, into a conversation, she avoids any real conversations, which I don't like. I don't find that to be authentic. She dances around the real conversation. Like, even with Craig, we still have not we're in episode 9, we've not seen her have a conversation with Craig about why they're upset at each other.
Mm.
Like, and especially because she's not a main cast member, it's like she should really be bringing that up. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's not got much other thing not got much many other things going on. So,
She
it's
does.
kind of a
Does
bit
she have?
hard.
Does
Mm,
she have the skills for self-awareness to like, so she doesn't have the skills to manage conflict, and then I don't think she's got the skills for self-analysis either. So it's not
no.
like she's looking at her own behaviors and saying, "Oh, there's a problem with Sally, and I think maybe and then tackle it that way." It's just this, like, she's got this confusing energy, like, why are these conflicts happening, Like,
Yeah, and then she's
yeah.
very childish when she does, like, bring it up with people, which I don't like. Like, she even with Sally, she'll be like, "You're annoying me," and then Sally's like, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" And she'll be like, "I'll talk to you about it later," and she'll just have a giggle or something like that, and it's like, "No,
That's
let's have
right.
this conversation."
Or when
Like,
Sally was like, "You're treading on my dress," just at that recent party, and she's like, "Oh, oh, sorry, but, let's," and Sally's like, "I'm gonna go get a drink, like, we are not friendly right now, don't pretend that everything's
yeah.
okay." Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually why I really liked seeing Vanita talk to her mum, because her mum said it pretty straight out to her and was,
Mm.
"If no one else can tell you, you have to listen to usually your mum has that intuition and
She's
can
got
at
the
least tell you
yeah.
yeah, to get through it." And, her mum said it straight out. Um, "That's not you're not being a nice friend to Sally, like, you should be a friend to her either way, no matter what way she goes down with Craig, you have to be there for it, whether it goes well or it doesn't go well." So I liked that conversation because you're right, she doesn't have the
It's
ability
true.
to, analyze herself, so she needs to hear it from someone. Um,
It's interesting that Madison and her have been friends for so long because a friend of mine just recently told me she doesn't like Madison, and I found that kind of shocking. She thinks Madison's a narcissist, and I was like, I just don't see that. I love Madison so much, um, but then I'm like, why is Juanita and Madison been friends for so long? Like, I don't understand what's that? What is that about? Or are they surface friends and maybe not really true friends?
I
Maybe.
think they have that sort of southern they love, like, they're really into their fashion, they love the tea
Mm.
parties and the events and all of that sort of stuff. I think that's kind of what brings them together. I don't know how deep. Yeah, I think they probably are more surface level friends.
But yeah, had you ever thought that Madison was a narcissist?
I don't know if I'd go as far to say as she's a narcissist, but I think she can be really mean and cutting. Like those first
Yeah.
how many
Yes, she can
seasons,
be.
she can be really cutting and she doesn't really care. But I mean, it's kind of what I like about her.
That's what I
Um,
like about her too. Like, as in if you cross her, like, she will slay. But it is I feel like it's just more a Scorpio thing in her. I've sort of said that before where she's got that stinging tail. I don't know if she's a Scorpio, but yeah, anyway, I just found that interesting. So, but
yeah, yeah.
for this particular episode, it's just her heavily, heavily pregnant, nervous about, the upcoming birth. And she's one of those women that obviously just bloats out during pregnancy. I really feel for her. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's struggling, and to film during that is hard, and she said it in previously, and it makes sense because she is a shorter girl, like, she's quite petite, and it's very
Yeah.
true. The shorter you are, like, with pregnancy, it shows so much quicker, but she's so cute. She's so cute pregnant. I mean, if you have you I don't know if you follow her in socials, but man, she's shrunk right back down. She's
Doesn't
like
surprise me at all.
this,
She's
like, she's
she's
tiny.
committed.
She's so
Yeah.
committed, like, she's doing sauna, workouts, gym, her food that she's eating is just she's gone right back into it. It's insane. She's literally like a real life Barbie doll, that girl, like, she's not
Yeah.
real.
Well, she works hard for it, so good for her. I need to, get into that zone. Since Christmas, I haven't done any saunas. I've just kind of like gone back into that work thing, and it's just incredible how quickly you can lose your routine.
Yeah.
I need to tune back in. She needs to motivate. I need to get into the Madison headspace. Yeah.
Follow her on Instagram, you'll get motivated.
Good. Well, I'm not Instagram. I'm not on it. I can't
Ah.
remember my password from like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm a little bit out of touch there.
That's alright.
I'm only good with podcasts. That's the main thing that I'm good with. Um,
Yes.
all right. I want to go back
Um,
to the argument though,
let's do it.
because Austin. All right. So with Austin, his whole thing was that Craig had said that he was an addict last season,
Mm,
and Austin thought that he was avoiding having a real conversation with him then.
yeah.
I'm calling bullshit on Austin. I just think you just want something to hang your hat on. Like, it's not that what he's saying doesn't have validity. It just seems to me like it's an easy one to try and win in a conversation rather than actually truly resolve it. It's like,
Mm,
oh, I've got this winning ticket and I'll bring this out. It's a real win-lose mentality rather than talking about what are you really upset about. Like, I don't think it's because Craig said he's an addict and now he's drinking, because then that's
yeah.
about Craig's behaviors. Yeah, what did you think about all that?
Wha Look, I guess his point is that he keeps getting gaslit from Craig, right? So he's kind
Yeah,
of like, you always he feels so manipulated by him. Um, I I can see where he's coming from in the sense of like, okay, he Craig cried to him on the beach and all of that sort of stuff, and he's saying that it kind of diluted that conversation or redirected that conversation on the beach back then to be all about Craig, and now that's kind of gone by the wayside. Did Craig manipulate the conversation like that and play victim? I don't it could be a possibility, like, I don't know if Craig can be like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just don't think that Austen should be making it a big deal, as much of a big deal as he is. Like, you're right, he does try to grab one thing and then pin it on Craig and say, "This is why you're a bad person." Um, and it's like, yeah. But then Craig can be Craig can be cheeky like that, so I don't know.
Hey, look, I'm kind of over both of them after this argument, but I do think for Austin doing like just like what is the real problem? Because if it's just about Craig drinking, then not drinking, saying he's an addict, then not being, whatever, like then that's like, but what's the problem with how Craig is with you? Like, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
Like,
not, yeah, you're right, it's about that whole addiction thing, whether he's not an addict is about Craig,
that's
why is
Craig's business. Craig's
which is
business.
true. Mm.
Yeah.
No, I agree, and this is what Craig is saying. Craig's like, "This is about me. Why is it a problem for you? Why are you bringing it up?" But I think he just wants to sort of pigeonhole Craig into saying, "You're a liar. You're this. You're that, and you're a bad person." Which I am Team Craig on, because Craig then says, "If you don't like me and you don't like, how I move and all of that sort of stuff, don't be friends with me."
We don't have to be friends. I kind of agree that sometimes people grow out of it. And I was thinking back to how their friendship originally was. And I loved how at the beginning of the dinner they spoke about how when they first met. And I remember Austin joining the show, right? And I love that Craig, and this wasn't caught on camera, but Craig said, "Hey, like, shouldn't we become best friends? Because that will piss off Shep." And if you remember back in those early days of their friendship, it definitely was, because Shep was somebody that would always be a bit narky, putting down Craig, putting down Austin.
Yeah.
He was quite competitive, and it was back in a stage in his personal development where he wasn't the nicest person. Like, I didn't like Shep in those earlier seasons.
No.
And it's great to see he's actually growing up a bit and there's been growth in his character. But their friendship was bonding, standing up against kind of the old money, because it was both Whitney and Shep would have these like giggling things, putting
Mm.
them down. And yeah, so then those two boys, then they started their podcast and stuff. And it was like them sticking it to the man a little bit. So they have a really genuine friendship. And then it's like, okay. And then obviously for Craig with Paige, he developed further. And I just think their friendship sort of grew apart because Craig started developing further. And then Austin is just pissed off with him. And it's kind of weird because he's doing the same thing to Craig that Shep used to do, which is just be annoyed at who Craig truly is. His I don't know how you'd say that
Yeah.
word, but like the eccentricities, I don't know, the eccentric parts of his behavior. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're right, because even when Craig did settle down with Paige a bit, he had the house, he had the backyard, and he was happy just chilling at home, and so he should.
yeah.
Like, great, he's in a peaceful place. That's his oasis. But Austin had such a problem with him just being at home, and he's like, "Oh, so you're just going to be here?" I can't understand why. I actually don't understand. Like, what's your take on that? Why would he be so upset about
So,
that?
because that's what if I remember back to last season, because Craig was a bit, like, confused. He's like, "But I still see you weekly. We do the podcast. I'm just not going out drinking anymore." And it's like, "You're welcome to come over here. I'm chilling out at my home." And Austin couldn't stand that. He wanted Craig to do what he would normally do, which was go out to bars and stuff. So it was more like the conditions on the friendships had to, because if for Craig, he's like, "This is my life now, though. I don't go out to bars.
Yeah,
And I'm still seeing you weekly when we do our podcast."
yeah,
So
yeah, and
it
it's
is
kind of
kind of weird. It's like they had a codependent brotherly thing during COVID where they spent so much time together that Craig then getting a girlfriend, Austin felt this codependence, like he hasn't been able to deal with the change in the friendship. It's so funny.
yeah, and then it's almost like, I don't know if he was maybe jealous or, like, mourning the fact that they used to be boys and go to the bar all the time, and it's like, well, I wanna still do that, but
Yeah.
Craig was progressing to that next phase of settling down, and which is okay, and I think maybe because mentally Austen wasn't there yet. He still wanted to be at the bars partying. Being
He felt abandoned because the way that Craig enjoyed his time changed. And the way
Yeah.
he enjoyed his time now was doing more, like home renovations, being around the home, obviously being with Paige. He was obviously, got closer with Madison, who was also in that family kind of space. But and then Austen now feels very resentful because now Craig is going to bars. Like, it's
Mm.
just so funny and
That's what it is.
childish.
That's
It's
what it is. That's
it's
why this
gold.
alcohol situation has come back up again, because he's like, "Hold on a minute, you said to me that you weren't
You
drinking, and that's why
said.
you wanna" yeah, that he's holding him
Yeah,
to account. That's what it is. You're right.
yeah.
Because of that, he's like, "Hold on a minute, yeah, you said you were staying in your backyard and you weren't drinking, but now you're out partying, and I'm stuck in a
Like,
relationship, and I can't be going and hanging in a spa with, the girls and, be choosing which girl I wanna
it's
hook up with." That's what it is. He's jealous. And you know what? Which is what Craig keeps saying. Craig keeps saying, "Austen, you are jealous of my life right now because you can't have it." And which is why all of a sudden he's talking to everyone about breaking up with Audrey and he's not ready to settle down.
but okay, so because I thought it was pretty bad then when Craig, this is the dark side of Craig, when he comes out and he says really bad things, he does do this regularly. And this is the side where I was like, "Oh, Craig, you don't need to do that." And that's when he said, "Well, what have you built in the last 5
Yeah,
years? Like, seriously, what have you
that's
done, Austen?"
yeah,
And he was still like your best friend. Like, it's mean. It's mean-spirited. I don't
very
like
nice.
that. I felt like, and you could see for Austin that really hurts him. And for men, I suppose, building things, that is a part of that masculinity. So it's kind of like saying you're not much of a man or something. I thought that was really not cool.
I agree.
Um, yeah.
100%. And to do that on your birthday, because it's on your birthday is
It's
the
really
time that you
shitty.
you reflect
Yeah.
and you go, "Oh, what have I achieved in the last year, 5 years or whatever?" So I did
Yeah.
100% agree with you. And he comes in, I reckon he's definitely a Scorpio too, because he comes in with those stingers. And I was
I
like,
know. He's got a bit of a mean streak, Craig. Like I said, that Craig apologizer kind of has left me a little bit this week because uh, like, he sometimes he doesn't need to do that. Like, he does say that's why he was saying he was an addict before, is that when he drinks, some of these bad character traits come out. Remember with Paige when he used to drink so much and he'd be a dick or whatever? We
"Oh,
saw it on Summer House a
in
couple of
Summer
times.
House."
And then he really stopped and he brought it back in. And I think what it is he's that virtual kind of righteousness that he has. Once he starts drinking and it comes out as mean.
It does.
And yeah, drinking, it doesn't always suit people because it brings out a darker side of their personality. And I think in the case of Craig, it really does. And it's a bummer because yeah, I hate it when he does that. I'm so into him. Like, it
I
really
know.
sucks.
I know, it does suck, and I 100% felt sorry for Austin at when he said that. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, bad timing." Like, not on his birthday. That's mean.
Yeah.
It's mean anyway, but it's extra mean. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really interesting, like, are they going to be friends? Like, I think in, like, real time right now, it sounds like they're not really close anymore, which is sad.
Yeah. I think it is really sad. I think that maybe it's a good thing. I think sometimes friends do need to, it's particularly codependent friendships. It's good if they sort of break apart for a period of time and
Mhm.
then come back on a new, different footing. So hopefully that's what I'm hoping for them. I hope that Craig can reflect and realize he's got a mean streak. And I think Austin should reflect and realize, like, what is it that you keep on? Because the thing is, Austin, you started it. You're the one that did the cheers. Because this is what happened. It's like with Craig, if you didn't set him off, he wouldn't be mean. But
Yeah.
once you've set him off, it's like the Madison thing. Once you do set them off, you're gonna see a darker side to them. And really he was like, "Yeah, here's to our friends and, to keeping your friends close and your enemies closer." Like, or it was something like
Yeah,
that he
something
cheers
along those
to. And
lines.
that's why it sort of set it off. And it was just like, you guys were actually having a nice time. Like,
I know, Craig
you
brought a gift.
started this, Austin. Exactly. No, exactly.
He
And
actually
so
brought a really nice gift that bow tie.
like the bow tie, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's very much his style. You're right. But you know what though? And again, Craig did in the last episode, Craig did refer to Austen as his enemy when he was talking to Sally, which,
Yeah.
he shouldn't do, right? Like, you
But
can't call
yeah,
him his enemy,
and
like
but at the same time, it was in context. He's like, so because it was Austin going hard and making stuff up to Sally about Craig, or putting it out of context, that discussion he had. So it's like, why are you listening to my enemy? And he was being his enemy in that moment. He definitely
yeah,
wasn't being a friend to Craig when he was bitching to Sally about that. So he was using it in that context. I
yeah.
think that,
I
like, Sally, you're
yeah,
listening to my enemy in that context. Like that, why wouldn't you come straight to me? Like, that's not somebody that had my back when
right.
they wanted this outcome, is what he was trying to say, I think.
Yeah. I think so,
Craig
but I still don't
apologized for.
think you should use that word because it's too extreme. You know,
No,
they were
you're
best
right. You're
friends.
right.
And
Yeah.
he's putting it out into the ether, and it's got back around to Austin pretty quickly, and
Yeah.
for him to hear that, it would have cut deep.
Yeah, true. The other thing I wanted to cover off on was Austin talking to his mum about
Mm.
Audrey, the fact that he doesn't see a future with her. So I just want to note this. He's now told Shep, Craig, like pretty much anybody that will listen, his mum. He does this all the time. I just wrote down in notes boring in like uppercase letters. You know me when I'm like yawn. It's like,
Yeah.
how often do we need you to do the same stuff, Austin? You've done this to every girl you've dated.
Yeah.
It's the same routine. And now you go back to your mum and then it's this quagmire. And you could even see his mum's like, oh, here we go again. You know what I mean? Like, and then she's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's a bit sad. I think if Kyle was still alive and had children, she would be coaching you through this." And like you can see, she just doesn't even know what to do. And it's like, I'm telling you that having children is the best thing that I ever did. And like here you are, just muddling over ridiculous stuff yet again, like over and over and over the same pattern. And I'm just so sick and tired of it. I'm over Austin on this front. I can't do it again. Like another round of this nonsense.
I know. And how many good girls can you let go? Like, he had
That's what
Sierra. Sierra, like, hello. Like, even Audrey, she's
all of
gorgeous,
them,
seems like a
but
all of them. Lindsay,
literally
like,
all of them.
I
Like
don't know
they're
how.
all. I
He
mean, my favorite
actually
one was the hairdresser. I thought
yeah,
they had
I
the
was gonna
best.
say
Yeah,
I
and
forgot her
then
name.
obviously Madison as well.
Oh,
All the different relationships he's had, all with castmates for the most part, except Audrey. But the thing is he does this same thing. It's the same conversation with the mother. It's the same like everything and then like suddenly getting cold feet. It's just the same routine over and over and over again. And it's just I'm getting a bit bored of it, you know.
yeah, I think he
I
really needs therapy or something. I don't know, I wonder if him losing his sister when he was younger, like, has put some fear into him about settling down. That was my theory when I was,
mm,
like, listening to him talk to his mum. And, I reckon that's definitely got something to do with him committing to that sort of settling down phase. I mean, why wouldn't you want what your mum he's can I just say, when I was watching his mum and his dad and the life that they live, I go, "I wanna be them when I'm older."
and this is why I'm so focused on retirement. Like I check my super balance at least 3 times a week. I'm so fixated. I've got like
Love that.
7.5 years to go, baby. I am stoked. And I'll be
Like,
living that life, like pickleball, that's me. I'll be doing my African dance. I can't wait. It's gonna be
oh,
amazing. I'm gonna live a life like they are. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
how amazing. Um, but yeah, I don't know with Austen. I don't know. He needs some therapy. It's not right. Like, something's wrong. It's not
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? Like, at what point do you sit and reflect and go, "Something I'm doing is not working?" Mm, anyway.
Yeah. I'll go through my notes. I've just honestly, I'm over both the boys. And Shep, who would have ever have thought Shep was my favorite character this episode?
And he's
Like
somewhat
I've
the
done a
reason.
full turnaround on him. I used to really despise him. He used to be such a snob and it was such old money snobbery. I just couldn't stand him. And it's so nice to see that I actually am really liking him. So that was kind of my big positive out of this
Love it.
episode for me personally. But yeah,
I think
I've
there were
just
them.
noted here again the
Mm.
gentleman's code. The fact that the gentleman's code goes a certain way, everybody else will play to that code, like Whitney Shep, like everybody except Craig. Craig doesn't know how to, he doesn't understand the normal social cues and roles. He doesn't play by those rules at all.
Yeah, he kind of just does what he thinks is right, which is your righteous comment that you made. It's true. He
Mm.
plays by his own playbook. Yeah. That's just him
Da
though.
da doo, da da dee doo doo. It's easy as the birds and the bees and the 1, 2, 3. Uh.
We should record that and play it at the end as our intro and outro.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it too. I mean, I think that's a wrap for Southern Charm. Big
I
episode.
think
Yeah,
so too.
there's more to
I can't
come.
wait. Exactly. This is a weekly, man. Southern Charm. There's nothing better.
Yeah,
There's just not. It's the best.
I'm hanging for the
All right. I
cast trip.
love it, Nishi. That's so good.
Love
Okay.
it. Chat soon.
All right. Talk soon. Bye.